Up next is Charley Trowbridge.
The cocktail party. I was 6 years old, and Mary Kay, my first cousin, was 7. One evening, Mary Kay and I found ourselves sitting across from one another at the kitchen table with nothing to do. The adults were in the living room, but to us it felt like they were far away and that we were somehow on our own. I understood that cocktail parties seemed to make everyone happy. They were like small, spontaneous Christmases that adults seemed capable of arranging for themselves. Friends and relatives would arrive at our apartment door and make straight away for the living room. And there, on a silver tray on the coffee table in front of the sofa, was an arrangement of bottles, each one containing a different colored liquid. These colored liquids could be combined by someone, most often my father, in a metal container, and would be shaken or mixed and then poured into very special glasses that were reserved for these occasions. Once drinks were poured, the adults would raise their glasses and clink them together in the gentlest way, and they would begin to consume these colored liquids. The glasses would be refilled again and again. Looking across the table, I said to Mary Kay, "Why don't we have a party too?" I knew where we could get some colored liquids, and that would be a good start. Maybe we could feel our way into this party thing, like we felt our way into other mysteries like riding a bicycle or learning to read. I knew that in the bathroom, in the medicine cabinet, my mother kept all the medicine bottles that contained a multitude of colored liquids. There was a small bottle of creamy orange liquid. There was the tall bottle of green liquid. And there was my favorite, a bottle of special cherry-flavored syrup that the doctor prescribed to control my coughing when I had a cold. So I took a chair into the bathroom, got up on it, took those bottles out, and brought them back to the kitchen. Mary Kay had an anxious look on her face. "Don't worry," I said to her, reassuring. "No one will know." "Now," I said, as I brought 2 juice glasses from the drying rack at the sink, "we can mix the colored waters and have a party." "I don't know," Mary Kay said in a halting voice. "Don't worry," I said again, as I proceeded to pour liquids into our glasses. I raised my glass in imitation of what I had seen the adults do, and downed my first glass of magical elixirs. A budding mixologist, I made the next round out of only the cherry and the creamy orange. "Not too bad," I said to Mary Kay, smiling and licking my lips. But Mary Kay had an anxious, uncomfortable look about her. "Come on, Mary Kay," I said, "have one." I didn't want to be alone in this, but I could tell she wasn't happy. Did she know something that I didn't? I put together another creamy orange cherry cough-suppressing cocktail and downed it in a single gulp. I went back to the medicine cabinet to see if there was anything I might have overlooked. I left Mary Kay in the kitchen, never thinking that she might communicate with the laughing adults in the living room. But that's what she did. The next thing I know, my mother came rushing into the kitchen, rifled the collection of bottles on the table, and eyed the glass I had been drinking from. What have you done? Which ones?" In a blur, I was whisked downstairs and out to our car. I had not said a word, but I had begun to feel the effects of the colored liquids. A haze was coming over me. I wanted to sleep. The car came to a sudden halt, and I recall my mother carrying me into a sea of lights in the emergency room of the hospital, where I was placed on a metal table. The doctor, putting a tube up my nose, spoke to my parents. "Hopefully, we'll get most of whatever he's taken." He then began operating what looked like a small bicycle pump, while a nurse held a bucket near my face. I would be pumped out and pumped good. Though through the curtain I could see Mary Kay, I somehow signaled to her with my hand that, despite all appearances, I would be okay. That's it.